Hello and welcome to the 2020-2021 Student Council Presidential Debate. Today we have 4 candidates all competing for your vote to be president of the school body. You, the students, have given us many good questions to use in this debate, so many that we cannot use them all. Our candidates have each selected their favorite questions to answer, and we'll have a strict time limit to answer each one of those questions. We'll start with our opening statements, in which our candidates have 45 seconds to tell you a little bit about themselves. We'll start today with Zach.
Hi, my name is Zach Martin, and I'm running for student body president. I want to be your president next year because I feel that I am capable of being a leader for student body and student council. My goals as your president next year will be to make sure to fix any problems at school to the best of my ability. Also, I will work with the student council to get lots of things done for you so that your school year is great. Overall, I want to make sure that I can make Manitowoc Lutheran High School the best school that it can be.
All right, thank you, Zach. Let's move on to Ethan.
Hi, my name is Ethan Haupt, and I'm running for president of the student body. Good morning or good afternoon to wherever you are. As elections draw near, I'm hoping that I can use this time to help sway your vote over to me. As president, I hope to establish a more free-flowing form of school, one that benefits the students and tries to help make every day better than the last. I want to make this next year memorable for the student body after the early closing of this year. With your vote, I will be a voice for the student body. Any student president shouldn't follow what he alone wants, but what's good for everyone.
Thank you, Ethan. Let's move on to Jenna.
Hi, my name is Jenna Brunmeier, and I'm running for student body president. As Steve Jobs once said, innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. I feel that I am a leader. I've always liked to take control and deal with things head on, and I have some great ideas for the upcoming school year. Just one of those being better theme nights and dress-up days, like Meme Day or early 2000s theme night. I will follow through with those ideas and promises if I get elected. I promise to make school a more fun environment and not just a place we have to go 5 days a week. I'm not afraid of work, and I would love to prove that if I get elected.
Thank you, Jenna. Let's move on to Dan.
Hello, I'm Daniel Brendemuehl, and I will be running for student body president. 64 years ago, our fathers brought forth in this county a new school, conceived in Christianity and dedicated to the proposition that all young men and women will be trained and instructed in a Christian environment to be equipped for paths of service for our Redeemer. Student body president is an important role to help guide and lead our student body. It takes a person of strong character, unwavering leadership, an unstoppable, well-rounded personality. I promise to all of you that if you vote for me as your president, I will strive to be a president that helps, coordinates, and leads its people to any goal and task at hand. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dan. We'll now get to our student asked questions. Again, our candidates have a strict time limit that will be followed. If they go long, I will interrupt them. We'll start with Zach. A question from the freshman class for you, Zach. What will you do for our school?
The first thing that I would like to address for our school that will benefit everyone, students and staff alike, is that I would like to work on improving the school Wi-Fi. I'm sure everyone has had more than a few times when they're trying to work on something and their Wi-Fi stops and they can't get things done. As president, I will do my best to get a strong, reliable Wi-Fi signal for everyone. Along with that, I'd like to do my best to address any problem that you as a student body have this following school year.
All right, thank you, Zach. Our next question comes from the sophomore class for Ethan. What are you planning to do if you become president?
If I become president personally, I want to have an open door policy between the student body and me, where if any questions come from the student body towards me that's causing problems in the school, I want to be the mediator between the student body and the faculty to help fix this and help make everyone happy in the end.
Thank you, Ethan. Next question comes from Madison in the junior class. What interests you most about becoming a student body president?
There's a lot of things that interest me about becoming student body president, but I think the biggest thing is having the opportunity to be the school's leader. It would be amazing to be able to be a role model for other students and encourage them to step out of their comfort zone. I feel that to be president would also help me feel more connected to the school and other students, which I otherwise wouldn't have. And it would just be amazing to be able to mold the school into a better, more fun space.
Thank you, Jenna. Next question also comes from the junior class. This is for you, Dan. What do you think the purpose of student council should be?
Student council, in my eyes, should be that group that strives to help and coordinate with who it serves, the students. The council should be able to take in any suggestions and changes that want to be made and actually try to implement change. Any level grader should be able to find their council's representative for their class and give suggestions and changes to them that will go directly to the council to be discussed and possibly voted on. This is how I envision student council should be.
Thank you, Dan. Let's go back to you, Zach. A question from the sophomore class now. What separates a bad president from a good president?
A bad president is someone who won't take advice from the student council and someone who won't get anything done while they have the chance. A good president is the exact opposite. It's someone who is willing and happy to listen and work with the student council to get things done. And it's someone who wants to get good ideas from them. That is the kind of president that I will be for you this next year.
Thank you, Zach. Another question from the freshman class for you, Ethan. What is the most important aspect of being president of student council?
The most important aspect of being president is being open and honest. You may be president, but that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. You have to know the interests and well-being of the student body. As president, I want to do what's right, not what I want. If doing what's right harms me, then too bad for myself. The student body comes first.
Thank you. Another question from the sophomore class for you, Jenna. What are your greatest strengths as a leader?
I think my greatest strengths include being organized, fun, encouraging, and having a positive attitude, which I feel are exactly the right qualities for a great student body president. I'm not afraid of work, and I'm very strong-willed towards certain things, and I don't give up easily. I feel that I can connect to people in a way that some others can't, and so I think I will make a great student body president.
Thank you. Moving on to you, Dan. Another question from the sophomore class. What changes, if any, do you plan to implement?
I have heard from fellow students complaints about dress code as normal. Bands specifically. People want to be able to wear their favorite band shirts or sweaters to school and be accepted within the dress code. I personally see that if a band shirt or any other attire is worn and doesn't have profanity, cuss words, or sacrilegious items on said attire, it should be perfectly fine to be worn. I also would like to help boost school spirit and dances. Both school spirit and dances have been on the downfall for a few years now, and I want to try to boost them both.
Thank you, Dan. Let's go back to you, Zach. Another question from the sophomore class. How will you promote school spirit?
First, I would like to try to make pep rallies more fun and interactive than before. Too many times, people are just sitting around on their phones and don't participate during pep rallies. And I would like to change that to help grow school spirit. Along with that, at sporting games, I would like to create more unique and fun dress-up days, along with trying to make new and better pregame music if possible, since many people have said that new pregame music is something they would like.
Thank you, Zach. Now, Ethan, another question for you coming from the freshman class this time. What are your thoughts on our dress code?
I am on neutral ground with the dress code. I don't think it's too harsh or lax. That doesn't mean my opinion can change, however. If anyone were to come to me with a complaint about the dress code, I'd be happy to get it fixed up with the school. I've also realized that there has been some inconsistency with the dress code too. Again, that is another thing I can help fix as president.
All right, Jenna, for you, the same question. What are your thoughts on our dress code?
I've always felt very strongly about our school's dress code, and I understand that it's in the school's best interest to restrict certain things. And I feel that allowing ripped jeans this school year was a step in the right direction. If I'm president, I will work hard to try and allow more pieces of clothing to be worn that's in the school, both the school's and the students' best interest, while maintaining an appropriate environment.
Thank you. Moving on to you, Dan. A question from the sophomore class, Amelie. What is your main goal as student council president?
My goal this year is to be the president for the people. I want to see next year's new freshman class, along with any veteran students, be able to come into school and relax, focus, and be calm during our next school year. If anyone comes with any suggestions for implements and changes within reason, I would like to discuss these items that come up and vote on them with the student council. Finally, I want to help any and all students that need a hand. I want to be your president, the president for the people.
Thank you, Dan. Another question for you, Zach, from the sophomore class. What makes you different from these other candidates running?
One of the things that makes me different from the other candidates is actually my age. Since I'm one of the older students in my class with a birthday in September, I've had plenty of times in grade school and high school, whether in the classroom or in sports, where people view me as a leader because I'm older. Since I enjoy being a leader for other people and have had experience with that, I feel I am more prepared for a leadership role than the other three candidates.
Thank you, Zach. A question for you, Ethan, this time from the junior class. Are there any big changes you would like to see for the next school year that you would think Student Council can discuss?
Next year, I want to recover what was lost this year, but not only just bring it back, but give more funding to these events, like prom to be specific. But we don't need to just stop there. If Student Council can create more fundraising opportunities, we could give increased budgets to many more events. Homecoming and the Winter Dance could benefit if Student Council can raise money next year.
Thank you, Ethan. Moving on to Jenna. This time a question from sophomore Brooklyn. What are your ideas on making the dances more exciting?
I'm so forward looking to the next school dances because if I'm elected, I have some great ideas that I would love to do. One of them being a mini game in the dances where, for example, couples could compete in a beanbag toss for a small prize. That's just one idea. If I'm elected, I promise that there will be much better and enjoyable music that's still appropriate.
Thank you. Moving on to Dan, a question from the junior class. How will you keep Student Council focused on tasks to make engaging activities for the school?
At the beginning of each meeting, we would do as normal, planning for school events, and I will specifically mention every time if anyone has heard from any classmates new changes or additions that want to be made. Then we as the council could vote on to make our school better. We will have that effect of doing normal tasks while also having my motto in mind, being the president and the council for the people.
Thank you, Dan. That's all the time we have for questions. We'll now end with closing statements where our candidates will have a chance to say one last thing to you, the voters, before we end the debate. You'll have a 45-second time limit here as well. Closing statements will begin with you, Zach.
I believe that the student body of Manitowoc Lutheran should vote for me because I have had many experiences with being a leader for other people. As your leader, I will work with the student council to get things done, like fixing the Wi-Fi. I will also make sure that we as a school keep our school spirit high and that there are fun dress-up days for sporting events. Besides all that, I will listen to any and all requests that you as a student body have, and I will do my best to address those requests and problems so that Manitowoc Lutheran High School is a better place than it was before.
Thank you, Zach. Ethan, your closing statement.
As you have heard, I want to be your voice. I'm not running to become a dictator or make stricter rules, but I'm running to help you. With your vote, I will bring change to anything you may have problems with. If anything at school is troubling you, bring it to me and I will set things straight. In the end, I just want to help. So do yourself a favor and vote for me, a voice of the people. And thank you for considering me as your vote.
Thank you, Ethan. Your closing statements, Jenna.
I'm the most fearless candidate here today, and I will do whatever it takes to get things done and accomplish things. I promise that I will always listen to any and every student's suggestion or concern, and I will do my best to change things. I can be both professional and fun, which is an essential to a student body president. I will make school dances more fun and interactive. I will work my tail off to better our school dress code. I will encourage others to do their best and make school a better place for future years. I'm Jenna, and I hope you vote for me for student body president.
Thank you, Jenna. And Dan, your closing statement.
You have heard all my answers, and I thank you all for listening. If you found what I said to be in your interest and you want to see me make these changes happen, I ask you to vote for me, Daniel Brendemuehl, for student body president, making the school a better place and being your president, the president for the people. Thank you.
Thank you, candidates. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, candidates. And thank you everyone for watching our presidential debate today. Elections will be Friday, May 8th, and the ballots will be located in your emails. Be sure to fill it out that Friday to select both your student council class representatives as well as one of these presidential candidates as well. Thank you, and God bless.